Now, I've mentioned that this was a very sort of fast growing part of the market, and it's very broad. And to some extent, I think the industry and maybe even the regulator as well has struggled to keep up with this growing demand that we're seeing. We saw a lot of people saw the David Attenborough documentary that went hand in hand with the book that you referenced. And people are asking these questions, well, how am I invested? And what we've seen is a lot of companies bringing these sorts of products to market. And what we're also slightly cognizant of is some of the terminology is being slightly confused and sometimes conflated. So what's a sustainable portfolio versus a responsible portfolio versus an ethical portfolio? And so what I would suggest to you, if you're looking to invest in this way, is don't just be blinded by the name of the product itself, but lift the bonnet and see what the investment manager is trying to achieve. Because what they'll probably be doing is incorporating one of three sort of core areas. And that's an ethical screen, which is a negative screen. And this is sort of looking at those negative sectors that you probably don't want to have an allocation to. So that's including tobacco, armaments, fossil fuels. Or it might be including ESG considerations, which is environment, social, and governance. So this is incorporating, looking at these three key factors when you're also looking at the financials of a business. Now, these factors are really important because falling foul of them can be very costly to shareholders. So on the environment side of things, I've mentioned turning down the thermostat. It's a very good insight into a business. But from a social side of things, we saw it very recently with Boohoo. The working conditions were discovered to be very poor. They were paying their wages were very low, and the share price dropped immediately. Similarly, with big tech at the moment, how are they looking after our personal data? Well, this is something that Microsoft score very well on, but Facebook, with the Cambridge Analytica problems, they score not so well on that side of things. And that's so that's the S, the social. And then the final one is that G, the governance. So this is trying to find out, is a company being well run? Is the senior executives' pay structure aligned with shareholder objectives? Is there suitable diversity on the board and throughout the business? Because as we know, diversity brings with it innovation that will come to sort of solve the problems that we're looking to do so.